Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video day, and today I'm going to be making my predictions for the Cleveland Cavaliers Indiana Pacers second round playoff matchup. This will be the first second round playoff matchup we will see starting on Sunday with Game 1. Then we'll see Game 2, which will be, I believe, Tuesday, and Game 3 and Game 4 will be in Indy. Game 5, if necessary. Who knows what this Cleveland? Honestly. I think that Indiana is not going to get. Indiana is too good of a team to get swept by Cleveland. We will see. I think a Game 5, in Cleveland, which is something the Cavs did not get to do in their last series against the Miami Heat. And Game 5 would be Tuesday, May 13th. But Game 2, yes, I was right. Tuesday, 6:00. Game 3, there is a longer break between Game 2 to Game 3. Game 3 would be Friday at 6:30 on. I'm guessing that would be an ESPN game at 6:30, and then Sunday is Game 4 in that series. Game 5 is Tuesday, May 13th, like I already mentioned. Game 6, if necessary, is Thursday, May 15th, and Game 7, if necessary, is May 18th. So really, looks like the long breaks in this series that you will see are when they're traveling. Well. Game 5 to Game 6, they go from Cleveland to Indianapolis. If it happens, that there's only one day off there. But if it were to be a Game 7, the two teams would have an extra day off, just like they do when they go from Cleveland to Indy from Game 2 to Game 3. So this should be a fun series. I think Indiana, a team that was in the conference finals last year. These are two teams that the Boston Celtics champions last year both faced in the playoffs, and they both eliminated both teams. They eliminated the Cavs in 5 games in the second round, and they eliminated the Pacers in a sweep in the conference finals, which I think Boston's going to should win in their series against the Knicks. We'll see which matchup it could be for the Celtics if they are able to take down the Knicks, but that's why I think both teams are capable in this series. Look, the Cavaliers are a great team. To me, they should win this series. But I think we said the same thing last year with this Indiana team with the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks should win this series. And the Knicks had a great team. The Knicks should have won against the Pacers last year. I know some injuries could have helped the Pacers win that series, but I don't want to talk about injuries because the Pacers, I thought, had a really, really talented team last year when they went to the conference finals and played the Celtics. So ultimately, I think the Cavs probably win this series. And but I don't think you can take this Pacers team for granted, especially Darius Garland being banged up right now. He's Game 1. He is questionable. I don't know what's going to happen with him. It makes it a little harder for me to make my predictions for Game 1. But honestly, I think that that makes this Pacers team that gives this Pacers team a better shot in this series. But we'll see what happens. Honestly, getting into predictions of the series, I'm gonna say if Garland does play in this game today, I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Cavaliers winning this game. But honestly, if Garland doesn't, I'm gonna go with the Pacers winning in this Game 1. Look, I know they play great basketball without Darius Garland in the first 2 games of this series, in the last 2 games of the series against Miami. But at the same time, that's that was against Miami. This is Indiana. It's a way better team that Indiana has compared to Miami. So I think if Cleveland's without Garland today, which I think Garland should be out there, but if they aren't, I'm going to go with Indiana. But I think Cleveland probably has Darius Garland out there. I think they get to win. Game 2, I'm going to go ahead and say that the Pacers win Game 2, tie the series up at 1 apiece. I'm going to go with the Cavaliers winning Game 3, taking a 2-1 lead. I'm going to go with the Pacers. No, that's right. I'm going to have the Cavaliers winning Game 3 to take a 2-1 lead, so back and forth. And then I'm going to go with the Pacers winning Game 4, series tied at 2, going back to Cleveland for Game 5. I'm going with the Cavs winning Game 5, up 3-2. And then Game 6 back in Indiana. I think the whole thing would be, is this, back and forth, because Game 6 there wouldn't be, I don't have anybody winning back-to-back games because I had Cleveland game 1 and then Pacers game 2, and then just back and forth after that. But I'm gonna have the Cavaliers winning game 3. Game 6, and ending the series in 6 games. And so I got the Cavs in 6 in this series. But the Pacers got a great team. They've got a shot. But ultimately, I think the Cavs win in 6 games and head to the conference finals for the first time since they met the Boston Celtics in the 2017-18 season. We saw LeBron James have one of the best playoff runs I've seen without really a second star. Head to the NBA Finals. Now, yes, he did get swept to that Golden State Warriors team, yes, but that was kind of expected to happen with how great of a Warriors team that team was and how little of help LeBron James had. But it was still an amazing playoff run. And who did he face in the first round of that playoff run? These Indiana Pacers. So we're seeing a rematch of that series when Victor Oladipo almost took down LeBron James in 7 games. That series did end in 7 games. And so now we're seeing these two teams meet up in the playoffs for the first time since then. And the Cavs are going to try to get into the conference finals for the first time since that playoff year. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.